In Don't Starve, crafting is an essential part of the game. Weapons, armor, tools, torches, and almost everything in the game needs to be crafted. Which is why I'll be attempting to beat every Don't Starve Hamlet boss without crafting a single item. That means no tools, no armor, and no weapons. Beating the Hamlet bosses mostly require armor, unless you're a tryhard, which I am not. Anyway, which character do you think would be best for this challenge? Is it Wilbur or Wolfgang? If you picked Wilbur, the character that completely negates the downside of not having armor, you'd be completely wrong. Clearly, Wolfgang is the superior speedrunning option. With double damage and 300 health, he is perfect for this challenge. The reason I didn't pick Wilbur is because she's unable to have armor in her werepig form, which will be a huge issue for one of the later bosses. Anyway, enough monologuing, let's get into it. As I spawn in, you might be wondering how I'm supposed to beat the game without crafting anything. Luckily, Don't Starve Hamlet has pig shops that sell most of the items you normally have to craft. Therefore, I immediately make my way to the pig city, and as any law-abiding citizen, I proceed to slaughter the banker pig and the 2 guards that come in. I steal the piece of gold and the 110 oinks. And just like the Nothing World, I managed to do it without losing a single health. Normally health is pretty easy to regenerate or lessen. In normal gameplay you can normally cook raw food, making it heal more, but as I said before, I can't build anything, not even a campfire. I now make my way to a general store. This is the only thing making this challenge possible. Basically, to move the iron hulk pieces you need pickaxes, which you normally craft, but from here I can buy them renewably. I decide to leave and I make my way to the Palace Island. When I arrive, I immediately go inside to buy knight armor, as is the only armor you can buy. It protects you from 90% of damage, making it pretty OP. I also buy a dark sword, which does the most damage of any weapon in this game. I took some damage from the ruins I needed to go into to get to the Palace Island, so I healed with petals. Each petal gives you a massive 1 health, making this a totally viable strategy. After healing up, I go back to the main island to fight the worst and most boring boss of Don't Starve Hamlet, the Man Queen, and I finally found the Queen. Now I want you to admire this amazing strategy called standing still and holding F. I mean, the boss fight is just amazing and thoughtfully designed. Anyway, I mine the throne and take the crown laying on the ground. Crown is basically a retextured top hat, which means sanity is no longer a problem. As I exit the man nest, I realize that I am on Pugalisk Island, which is perfect. After a few minutes of searching, I find the Fountain of Youth, and I steal the water. I will have to mention that this boss fight is amazing. Trying to avoid the high damage sources while still only being able to damage him in one spot is kinda fun. I managed to easily defeat him because I'm definitely a Don't Starve professional. The magic water I stole heals all your stats to full, which will definitely be useful later in the run. After defeating the Pugalisk, I go through the man nests to the main island. I forgot to mention that I've been quietly mining all the gold in the cave entrances I saw, which now means that I have a massive 7 gold. If you didn't know, gold can be traded at the pigmare for 5 oinks apiece. I also stole a large amount of berries from the berry farms. I give the berries to the pigs that like sweets, getting another good chunk of money. After that, I prepare for the Iron Hulk. In order to spawn him, I need a large amount of pickaxes to move the Iron Hulk pieces. This is entirely luck based, and I used most of my oinks praying that the shopkeeper would replace the empty spot with a pickaxe, instead of some useless item. Before moving all the 6 Iron Hulk pieces, I make sure that I've actually found them all. This is important as a piece like the ribs or arms moves so slowly. This is bad because I need to use more pickaxes when they move slowly, and I have a limited amount of pickaxes. Therefore, I only move them when I've discovered them all. After that, it's a pretty boring process of luring them into each other. You may notice my low health, which is from messing up and getting hit by the Hulk pieces while moving them. I eventually take enough damage from messing up with the Hulk pieces, so in panic I eat the magic water, restoring my stats to full. Until finally the boss is spawned. Since I'm playing the weakest character in this game, I can't possibly fight this huge ancient machine since I would simply die. Therefore, I move the Iron Hulk to the beautiful people of Hamlet. I'm sure the Pygmea can pay for the collateral damage. I'm definitely not destroying all those rocks the ancient Hulk is spawning. You might say that running the ancient Hulk into the city and making the guards fight it is a bit of a coward move. Instead I say, it's already dead. That means we only have the last secret boss of Hamlet to deal with. After defeating the ancient Hulk, I make my way to the Palace Island for a second time. I trade my crown to the Pig Queen so I can get the hammer that allows you to destroy decorations. I destroy enough decorations so I can buy 2 coconuts. A filthy bandit pig tries to steal all my hard-earned money. I light him on fire and manage to kill him. I discover his loot stash, which is filled with the perfect valuables. A tin suit and a tin helmet. This will be perfect for the last boss of Hamlet. I will have to mention that on day 11 human season starts. This would normally require preparation to survive, but I bet on beating the final boss before the first fog rolled in. I make my way to the main island again. I buy a bunch of healing food and lastly rob the store so I ensured I got enough healing food to tank the poison jungle. The way you normally make your way through the poison jungle is by making a gas mask, but since I'm not allowed to craft anything, I can't do that. Therefore, I need to tank it. The poison jungle does 5 damage to you every second. Anyway, I arrive at said poison jungle and run for it. I have to get lucky to find the right ruins. Last time in the Nothing World I learned my lesson and I managed to enter the right ruins this time. I quickly exit to the 4th island of Hamlet. On that island I find the 2nd ruins and enter it. After a short while I try throwing the coconut at a crack, but it lands in a place I can't see and doesn't explode. I place the 2nd coconut and manage to blow up the crack. Inside resides the apocalypse clock. I stand on the pressure plate and make the apocalypse happen. After, I'm not kidding, 10 whole minutes of waiting, the ancient herald spawns. And just like the Man Queen, the best strategy of killing this boss is to stand still and hold F. Kinda anticlimactic for the last boss of Hamlet. I have proven that you can beat all the bosses of Hamlet without crafting. I wish you a happy Friday the 13th.